Hi there, this is attorney Jason McGrath of the law firm of McGrath and Spielberger. We assist business clients throughout the Carolinas and actually in a few other states as well, but focusing on the Carolinas. I want to talk to you today briefly about some contract issues. We have clients that ask us to routinely examine and analyze contracts that they've been in receipt of from other companies proposing a relationship, or a contract they themselves have created. And of course, we also create contracts for our clients. But let's talk about a situation that I encountered literally just yesterday. Had a client, an ongoing client, great client of ours that sent us a lot of work and a lot of contract review and analysis, as well as some practical advice on just our thoughts. Even if the issue that you're looking at is not necessarily legal in nature, it's nice to have a sounding board from somebody who deals with a number of different types of businesses and that kind of thing. And of course, as one of the owners of this law firm, I'm a small business owner and understand what it's like, from that perspective, as well as just the purely legal and lawyer type perspective. So anyway, the issue was I spotted what appeared to be a mistake by the other party in this contract they had proposed. And there are a lot of different types of factors that can play a role in contract analysis and interpretation when a court is looking at a contract that maybe has a mistake in it or some misunderstanding or something like that. And so you have to be mindful of that, and there are different types of mistakes, of course. But, from my perspective, obviously I've got to be ethical and follow the law and that kind of thing. But part of my ethical duty is to do what's in the best interest of my client, as long as, that's not illegal itself or would violate some law or some rule, that kind of thing. So when I'm looking at a contract that my client has received from another business, I'm going to identify, issues that I think are problematic. I'm going to call things to my client's attention that are important, that I want to make sure that they're aware of. And sometimes one item I might identify is where a contract seems to be unclear or to have a mistake. And the knee-jerk reaction, and when I say mistake, I can't get in the mind of what the other side intended, perhaps. So sometimes you're just doing your best to make educated conclusions, even though you can't be certain of those always. But I might say to my client, look, I see here in paragraph 13 that this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, or I think it's unclear. If I was writing it, I would write it a different way. I would try to clarify it, make it more concise, or maybe more broad, or who knows. Or maybe it just doesn't make any sense. And so the knee-jerk reaction maybe is to go ahead and tell the other side, well, this doesn't make sense when you clean that up. But is that in your client's best interest? So I think that we are obligated to stop and think and say, well, this area of the contract, which in my opinion, and opinions vary, my opinion is unclear. Does that lack of clarity hurt my client, or does it maybe even potentially help my client? If part of the contract is, not so problematic that it makes the entire contract worthless, if it's potentially problematic, but I don't believe that problem would in any way hurt my client, then I'm going to tell my client that, and I'm going to say to the client, maybe we don't push back about this particular language, maybe we don't raise this issue, because frankly, I don't think it hurts you in any way. It might end up helping you. And it's their job on the other side to figure out that the contract might have some issues, especially if they created it or if their lawyers created it. And look, every case is different, every situation is different. I'm not at all talking about being sneaky, this or that. I'm talking about using good business sense, and I'm talking about lawyers that have an obligation to zealously do what's in the best interest of their client and not the other side. So again, evaluate the circumstances, think about what the proper thing to do in the circumstances might be. Consider the bigger picture as always. Get legal advice on that kind of a topic from your lawyer, if it's not us, whoever it might be, and make your decision. But be mindful of that, and just don't react with that knee-jerk reaction. Oh, let's fix this. Let me show them that I'm so smart that I figured this issue out or this problem out and spotted it. Think things through in a more deeper perspective and in the bigger picture. All right? Thank you.